Hi, I'm AM Reaper. This is DMT, Journey in the Infinite Mind. Thanks for joining us and welcome back. Rightio, just have a crack here, see what the go is. Don't know why it's done that, but we'll go back to here. Well, there we go, it's been half the video and we haven't even got there. But anyway, welcome back. As I said once again, I'm AM Reaper. Today, we're here to talk about a pretty crazy evening that I had one night with a mate of mine. He was leaving to go and live far away, and he's still there now. How you going, mate? Ant? And yeah, so we thought we'd extract some DMT and see how we went. So this night was good. We decided to have two goes. So the first go here, it's going to take a little while to get through it all, but I hope you enjoy what we've got to talk about. So we'll just quickly go through our slides here. Here we are. We're ready to talk about the old dimethyltryptamine. Legal as, don't get caught with this stuff. You've seen the previous videos, you know all about it. And this, I called this trip the frequent flyer. Right, yeah, so we had two goes in a night, and then you probably should have just stopped at one. But anyway, we'll see how we go. So the first trip that we had was 22 milligrams, and it was a combination of NMT, DMT. So it was pure crystals mixed with Changa. And yeah, so we had, that was in the sandwich method in a bong. Alright, let's have a crack. I've got the trusty old book here. We'll just read from it. Alright then, so we meditated and sat down, had tea early, sat out of the shed and meditated for a fair while. Got all comfy, and here we go. So here it is, to explore NMT, DMT crystal balls, Changa, 12 to 15 milligrams with 5 to 7 milligrams of Changa. So about 20-22 milligrams of DMT. So we started slowly. Here we go, we fired her up. Here we go. Started slowly, almost like a misfire. Started to feel toes tingling, and then my body was buzzing. My hearing was distorted. I started feeling very anxious and almost to the point where I wanted it to stop. I kept myself calm, telling myself to remain calm. You wanted to do this. I was lifted up, and the intense feelings began. I felt a lot of pressure, but not as bad as some experiences. Everything was morphing in geometric patterns. Grids, triangles, prisms, spinning, very intricate and fast. It wasn't a breakthrough, but it was a very strong dose of DMT. I was surprised by how overwhelming and scared I felt. At some points, going up, common but still uncomfortable transition. The trip was very up close and in your face, very disorientating, very amnesic. Couldn't remember much at all, even just after witnessing it. Breathing was okay, but slightly difficult as you were swept away. Once again, very strong for a dose, very long duration because of the high NMT content. The fallout contained grey, silver, green, black, revolving, folding, expanding, contracting. Balls of light, bright white flashing around visual perimeter. Abnormal geographic patterns spinning in on themselves. Other structures rotating. Spinning was different and more important. So basically I smoked, had 22 milligrams of this stuff, took a while to come on. All the hearing, body, everything fuzzy, got the buzz going. Up I went. Didn't go all the way through, just went into the, fractal pictures, fractal patterns, making up pictures and things like that you see on the screen, stuff like that. That's just a depiction of what it's like. It's not exactly like that. I've never seen an exact depiction of a DMT trip on a computer ever. I don't think it can be replicated, not at the moment anyway. Yeah, so this trip was pretty overwhelming, and I hadn't had an experience on DMT for a fair while, so it was pretty overwhelming for me, and I didn't really go much on it. And there was the fallout. She started to fractalise and do these little patterns, and we're back home again. Everything's all happy. As I said, you got to be caution with this stuff. It's not the most safe stuff out there. Destroy your bloody mind. But so we had that one go, and that was just the pre-test. We had another dose set out, which was 25 mils of pure crystals. Just to get ready. So, because this was a mixture, we knew it wouldn't be as strong. So I had this go, went up, experienced sub-breakthrough dose. And it was pretty overwhelming, the intense feelings that I got, especially off the high quantity of DMT in it. And I didn't really want to put any more in the sandwich method in a bong at that stage. I got too scared, really. Just thought, oh fuck this, that was too overwhelming. I don't really want to do that again. Oh fuck, I've had enough. But anyway, it's already measured out. I'll see where we go. So, take two. We sat and waited for an hour. Take two. But with take two, because number one was so overwhelming, I decided to roll a smoke. So, what we did, let's go 25 milligrams of pure crystals. They are there. They're not mine, but they're crystals. And 35 milligrams, which was stupid, of Changa. And we rolled it into one. I rolled it into one golden smoke. We actually rolled two of these. There was two of us participating in it. After the first doses, he didn't really want to go and have another cone either, even though we both experienced DMT way further than that before. So he rolled a joint. And the idea of that was, pretty stupid, 60 plus milligrams in a joint, which is a very, very heavy dose of DMT. But we thought, well, the percentage that you're going to be inhaling, the percentage you're going to be using, and over the time factor you're inhaling it compared to one hit, well, it's got to be rather low. We thought, you're probably going to ingest 30 milligrams. So yeah, that's not quite what happened though, unfortunately. So yeah, the first one of the night was a bit of an eye opener and a bit concerning. So we thought, yeah, bugger this, I'm going to stick it in the joint. So when you roll them, you put most of your DMT towards the end. So what we did was I rolled two papers. So it's just the same as a normal smoke, normal roll, you'd say. And it's the reason I use two papers was just to make sure it's sealed properly. And sprinkled a slight bit of marijuana through there, and then put 2.5 cones of this Changa in there, and then put the Changa was 20 milligrams each. We had two different types of Changa. One was equal to 10 milligrams of DMT, and one was equal to 20 milligrams of DMT. So I ended up putting, I think it was 2 cones of one cone of the 20 milligrams and a cone and a bit, about a cone and a half of the other weaker one. So it was about 35 milligrams of DMT, of Changa, mixed in with a slight bit amount of marijuana pot mixed with tobacco. So we just did that so it burned properly. So I did that, and here we go. This is what happened. Wasn't the smartest thing you've ever done. I don't advise anybody else to do it that way. You can if you want, go for your life, but I advise probably don't. Right, here we go. To test pure crystals in a joint, here we go. After I just lit the joint, drew in a little to get it burning. Then I took my first toke. I started sucking up and the joint seemed to race down one side a little, so I stopped drawing and held for 15 seconds. I started to feel funny. Like my insides were starting to move. I then took a huge draw on the joint, and I mean like, that's what I'm talking about, a drawback, not just a smoke. I'm fucking talking about suck the shit out of it, controllably. So I lit it up, took the first draw, held that in 15-20 seconds. Everything started to go a bit funny. Felt sort of moved around a bit. Took the second one like nothing else. Here we go. Drew on the joint. Held it in for 20 seconds. Morphing, folding, black grey started to appear. The body was light and tingling. Now it was time for another hit. I drew back brutally on the joint, and just as I started hailing, a symbol appeared. It'll take me through the third toke. It's gone all black, and then the symbols appeared. Something like that. I drew back brutally on the joint, and just as I started inhaling, a symbol appeared, centre of vision. It was highly fluoro in colour, something like this, but very hard to remember correctly. As soon as I noticed this, I instantly noticed the very bright fluoro colours, and then the space behind the symbol folded in on itself, and everything went chaotic. Meanwhile, I'm still inhaling my third take. And I remember as my fingers started to burn off the cherry, I thought, fuck, I've nearly finished it in 3 takes. I took my lips off, I held it in for 20 seconds, and that was very, very difficult as I was starting to find it hard to breathe. It was feeling like I was being ripped apart, ripped out of where I was to where I was going. I was overcome with intense emotions, fear, anxiety, excitement, awe, and then I got overwhelmed with intense runaway feelings. Very scary when this happens. I then stupidly took another take. There I am, so hard to breathe. Starting to shit myself. I took another take. Don't know why, but I did. I thought, oh well, I'm here, might as well. I then stupidly took another take on the diminishing joint, and it was so difficult to breathe, and I nearly spewed. And when I nearly spewed, I thought, oh fuck. I thought, everything's chaotic, everything's moving around, everything's morphing, everything's going nuts. I'm feeling fucking intense emotions. I've just about spewed. I've just ingested all but 60 milligrams of DMT in fuck all time. And I thought, what the fuck is going to happen now? What is going to happen? I've had a lot of DMT before and that scared the shit out of me, but I've just ingested a shitload of it. I've all but racked. Spewed my guts up. I didn't, but I nearly did. And I thought, and then the thoughts went through my brain, were just like, oh no, what's going to happen? What is going to happen to me? Anyway, so I tried to calm down in that split second. Yeah, I realised I just inhaled 60 mils of DMT. I was extremely fucked up, and it was only just beginning. I was worried, I was anxious. I was wondering what was going to happen now. I felt like tearing my face off. I felt like tearing my flesh off. Just to escape the feeling of separation and transition. My hearing was very, very crackly. Almost deafening. I couldn't hear normal at all. There was no sound, no music, just the radio wave crackling of hyperspace. My whole inner world was being ripped apart. Just frantically ripped apart, and I felt so empty, disconnected, vulnerable, being thrown through the rinse cycle of the cosmic washing machine. Very, very unpleasant, frightening, but so fast and spun out. It's so many things all at once. No other experience is quite like it. It's hard. It's a hard choice to make, to go back to DMT. Like, you have one breakthrough, and then that's like, imagine going back 10, 15 times. They don't get any easier. 20 times, 30 times, it doesn't get any easier. It's actually worse, because you're sort of aware of how fucking bad it's going to be, how traumatic it's going to be, and it's great when you come out of it, but going through the transition and the separation period, you just stand, it's like standing on the edge of a cliff, and you just feel yourself enfold inside, and you just go, oh shit, what's going to happen? Then it just goes fucking, everything just goes nuts. First time I broke through, you feel like your brain pops, and you just go like, oh fuck, am I dead? Yeah. Anyway, here we go. It's a hard choice to make the second time around. It says it's just a figure of speech. Most people only try DMT once because this feeling is very, very difficult to endure, but there is nowhere to hide, so calm yourself and hold on mentally. No one ever gets used to this, and it's harder. The second time around, it's harder because it's sort of what's going to happen to you. It's a crazy choice, but it's well worth it if you succeed. The worst trips are often the best trips. So they offer, put in more perspective, more informative, and more eye-opening. The la trips that you just fly along, well, you didn't get much out of that because everything was great. The ones that scare the shit out of you, really open your eyes, they're the ones that you don't like, but they're the ones that stay with you. They're the good ones. But back to the story. So after my last take, very small, nearly spewed, I was ripped apart, scared shitless. I was overwhelmed, everything morphed. I was thrust into a huge... The pressure was crazy, my heart was fucking beating like a motherfucker. I thought it was going to pop. And then bam. It was a breakthrough. And here I am. As stupid as this sounds, I'm going to say it. I'll read it actually. I thought, fuck. Yeah. And here I am, this is the picture I drew, and this is where I went. This sounds stupid. It's that little tiny black thing down there, right down here. Oh, you can't even see it, my fingers. Yeah, that's me. Little tiny ears. Rightio. So after my last day at Roosevelt, I nearly spewed. Everything morphed and I was thrust into a huge blue, creamy, green, pink room, all 3D with many baby mobile looking structures hanging from the ceiling. This place was enclosed but huge. The ceiling must have been at least 15 metres high. There were small creatures walking around about the size of a normal human, carrying things to and fro, going about their business. All structures were spinning and moving. I was so scared because I was sitting in the palm or on the knee looking up at this huge jester-like creature. It had a clownish pantomime face, long arms and legs, very strange arms and hand structures, and a demeanour not short of a lunatic. It was like being cradled by a gigantic, evilish looking, but he never showed anything evil, lanky creature about 10 times my own size, and I fitted in his hand. He was doing something with his left hand, and he was lifting me up to see, but I couldn't focus as the whole experience was so overwhelming. It was almost impossible to take in. No, I forgot to say this. When I got into this place, I was that fucking. Took a toke of me joint, everything started going funny. Took another toke, everything just started going a bit crazier. The symbol appeared. Took a third toke, and as I was taking that, all this shit started going nuts, and I got real scared and frightened. But then even calmed down a minute. I sort of felt at peace, so I took a fourth toke, and that was it. The whole joint was gone. The whole 60 milligrams plus ingested, and then I nearly spewed. I all but shit me pants, and I've just had the worst feelings of thinking, oh no, and then bang, I've just gone through the cosmic washing machine, and then bang, ended up here, all in about 3 seconds. I was just competing in this place. There was all this big room with all this stuff there. There's this guy, there's this huge big jester, and I was just sitting. I didn't see him start. This sort of went, oh fuck, and I realised he was huge. And he's just looking down at me, and I was just fucking. As soon as that happened, I opened my eyes. I wanted out right there and then. I was just thinking, fuck this. You can't turn DMT off. I was fucking shitting. So I opened my eyes, and no word of a lie, when I opened my eyes, he was in the room with me, like where I was having my session, so to speak. He was sitting in the shed with me. And I just opened my eyes and I closed them again. There's a slight difference between that reality and the background from where I was seeing, but what was in front of me, I could just see him plain as day from what I was looking at right there. So I've opened my eyes and he's still there. And I've closed him again, and he's just sort of looked at me and he's looked down at me and gone like, and what did you get from that? What did you learn from that? You can't escape it. Yeah, so I'll just say that I actually shit my pants that day. And when I popped into this place, it was that fucking overwhelming. I saw this guy, I wanted out and opened my eyes, and there he was still there. So I closed my eyes, went back in. He looked at me and just shook his head. Yeah. I'll just read on the book, it tells you, actually I'll put it in here. Almost impossible to take the message if there was one. Then when I've gone back in, he's sort of, I don't know if I was sitting on his knee or I was in his other hand, but he's got his other hand out, listen, there's this stuff and it's glowing, it's just like, he's trying to get me to look at it, and I don't know what it was, I could see what it was, some glowing shit, but I didn't know what it meant or anything, and those little people in the green that you can see there, they're strong, those little shitty little dudes, their little hats, those two little blokes, they were just walking around. And those mobiles, they look nothing like that, but that's just a depiction of what was going on. They're all spinning and fractalising, and these little dudes were walking around doing their own shit, and this dude just looking at me go, oh, fuck. Okay, fan outline of the end of the room. Okay, almost impossible to take in the message if there was one. He was showing me down the back of the room, which was so big I couldn't really see what was going on, but I could see a faint outline at the end of the room. I mean, it was at least fucking 100 to 200 metres deep and 15 metres high or so, and the giant jester-looking creature was almost 10 metres tall, if not bigger. There was no warning, just chaos. Then bam! You would drop right into a scenario instantly. No walking in slowly, it's almost like instantly appearing here and then there. No introduction at all. Introduction comes last. That's what I've written. This continued for a while, revolving and turning. Then I was ejected from this colourful room, nursed by a giant jester creature, through a cross-etched wall of windows, dark brownish grey and green, then turned left and went down a darker corridor into a black realm of colourful geometric symbols, shapes, etc. It was very fast and very intricate and very alienated. I wallowed around in this fractal blackness. Yeah, I thought, fuck, I opened my eyes. I was just back in there. I thought, what the fuck? He said, why'd you do that? And I was just fucking, I was fucked. I was thinking, what the yeah, and I was ejected back through something like that into the fractal blackness. It wasn't like fractal blackness, it was all sort of mashing shapes and pictures. I wallowed around this fractal blackness colourful mess of interwoven geometry for around 5 minutes, and then opened my eyes and the geometry was all over the walls and the ceiling. Surprising, the visuals didn't back off. Little did I realise or remember at this point, the third stage was just beginning, and so I closed my eyes again, and this was re-immersed into an earthly-looking, aboriginalish artscape. So yeah, usually when you get to that stage and you open your eyes and DMT, it'll sort of back off and you can sort of sit down, but this was just fucking, I forgot how fucking deep I was in it. When it came out, I thought, oh yeah, cool, I can open my eyes and that now, but I couldn't. I opened my eyes and there was just shit going everywhere, all over the walls, all over the ceiling, all over the roof, and I was going, oh shit, I closed my eyes again. So I laid back and closed my eyes and went to this funny looking artscape. And it brought up that certain thing on the left there, brought up a picture like that. And it all started, it said, a shape appeared and then started to resonate with the music. Then it grew, and a coating of armour or an armour frame framed around the outside. It was very portalish, vaginal looking, dark brown and earthy. The centre was almost black with a grey swirl. I'll attempt to draw it. That's what I've drawn. There. You can see I've drawn. I took a picture of there. The diagram on A then morphed and grew into diagram B, very earthy and natural. After this, I opened my eyes and watched laser lines and highly coloured fractals roam the room, and at one point a silver waterfall, like an OEV, came out of the wall, and it was seemingly like liquid silver or plasma. And it went on for about 5 seconds. Yeah, I remember I sort of opened my eyes and I looked up and I sat in my chair, and just above the wall there was this like waterfall. It just looked like this silver shit just pouring out of the wall. And I thought it was just going to go away, and it stayed 5-6 seconds just pouring out of the wall. It was just strange on DMT. Yeah. So just when I thought it was overish, I kept the eyes open, turned on the light, and started writing notes. I was still fairly zonked out, and it was difficult to write, and I looked around for a while. This is summary. Well, it was a breakthrough experience. Very strong from a joint, but smoked a lot of DMT quickly. Very overwhelming, it was scary, the hearing was destroyed. I was ripped apart, I was in panic mode. I was frantic, it was awesome. I was heavily sedated, I was astonished, my heart was nearly maxed out, I was feeling stressed. It was very intense, very amnesic. The OEVs were amazing. Extracted, crazy. Finally, back to the void. Unexpected gesture of giant proportions, alien life forms. You're all but tiny, a particle of existence. No running, no hiding. Very disorientating, but very well worth the trauma for the experience. DMT is dangerous on the mind. You haven't even contemplated the question for the answer that is shown. So yeah, and we go, and I went back to the blackness after that, falling back, and here we are home safe again. Woo! Fucking got through that. Crikey, is anything else going to? And then you sit there and you think, what the fuck? And DMT, as I said before, DMT isn't fun. It's not a party drug. It's not fun. I wouldn't classify DMT as a drug. I don't classify it as a drug because it does something different to you, but I wouldn't classify it as a drug. And that I'd call bad. I was fucking shitting hard. Yeah, I had lots of DMT trips, and that one, that's why I could go on for weeks on here, episode after episode after episode. But I just sort of getting a few different ones across that might mean something to somebody. So be bloody careful with this stuff. Look after yourself, don't be stupid. Okay? Yeah, just make sure you've done a good job. From knowing where you got your stuff from, know where it came, who prepared it or whatever. Okay, so you don't want to do anything stupid. Just be fucking careful, just get some scales. Don't do what I just did. It's not a party drug. And that was a dangerous level of DMT. I only weigh 60 kilos, and that was 60 milligrams plus. That's stupid. Yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions about that, send me a email, and we can talk about anything I've talked about there. Another guy, he did the same experience as me, but he didn't want to go as far, and he only held his in for a short period of time, and he didn't get the effect that he was chasing. So if you're going to do this, go hard or go home, so to speak. Don't go half-hearted into it. Do it properly, and you'll get the effects that you're chasing, the experience you're looking for. Do it half-assed, and you get a half-assed approach. Take off, and you're not prepared for it, or you're too much of a smart ass, and you get your ass kicked. Okay, as stupid as that sounds. If you don't believe me, try it, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to have my ass kicked too bad by this stuff. I've seen enough shit to scare the fucking daylights out of most people. It scares the shit out of me, and I've had DMT a lot of times, and it's for therapeutic reasons, but it can get fucking scary. Okay. Send us an email. I'll answer back as soon as I can. Leave a few comments. I know it's not the best production video out there or whatever else, but I'm not trying to do this to be a millionaire or anything. Money be nice, yeah, but I'm just trying to get experience. There's too many people out there at the moment spreading bullshit about DMT and how fantastic it is, and everyone's meeting bloody clowns and elves and fucking all this shit and whatever else. I mean, I just said I did, so yeah. I mean, this is years ago. I just sort of read it now and go, hey. I never looked into it, never thought about it, but this Jester dude, he was huge. Scared the shit out of me. Yeah. So subscribe, that'd be cool. And yeah, if you're going to do something like I just did, I said, I hope you got your shitting pants on, because you fucking need it. So until next time, I'm AM Reaper. Thanks for watching. DMT, Journey to the Infinite Mind. Cheers, guys. See you next time.